Hey there, it's Q and welcome to Hold and Modify, YouTube's most poorly produced, underproduced Amiga channel. And I keep trying to do better, and sometimes my videos are good and, well, sometimes they live up to their name. But I want to thank all my new subscribers, and a lot of you out there watched that last couple videos, and quite a few of you actually. But you know, on this channel I cover a lot of Amiga stuff. I do hardware, I do old Amiga stuff, I do new Amiga stuff. But one of the other things I do is I cover Amiga software. Yes, games on occasion, but not often. But I also cover the creative apps, or the artistic apps, that the Amiga made such a great name for itself, especially here in the United States. That's why you see down here I've got Art Department Professional, Fred, and Lightwave, and Deluxe Paint. So today, basically a viewer request video. Someone wanted to know how to do a decal on glass or transparency using the Lightwave3D software. So if you want to stick around and watch how this is done, that's what this video is for, and I appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and do that next. So let's go into Deluxe Paint. Oh no.
Nothing to see here.
Well, let's just go ahead and ignore that. We're going to set this down to 16 colors because we don't need many more than that, really. What I'm going to do here, this is going to be the decal. This is going to be the texture that we apply in Lightwave to be the decal texture, like the sticker you would put on a glass or any surface, really. And to keep things really, really simple, I'm just going to go ahead and make a circle. Now, when you first click this and you draw the circle out, you're going to see the edges are going to be really ragged and jagged. See this here, how they're really jagged? Let's not do that. Deluxe Paint has this really neat feature up here. It's really nice. Anti-alias high. Now, we're going to click here, drag out that circle, and boom. Now we get a nice softened edge. That is so nice. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So we're going to go ahead and click on the Flood Fill tool. And let's go ahead and just make this a nice subtle blue. Click. There we go. And now we're going to say Save. Let's put this someplace where we can get to it. Probably the best place to put it is in our Lightwave content. So we'll go to Lightwave, Images, and we're going to call this Blue Circle. Isn't that nice? That's so nice. Blue Circle. Let's click Save. The next thing we're going to do is, while we're still having the Flood tool selected, we're going to click White and click in here. Okay. We're going to go Picture, Save, and instead of Blue Circle, we're going to call it Blue Circle _ A. All right, A. This is going to be our cookie cutter or mat for the previous Blue Circle. Let's go ahead and say Quit. And now we get to the more exciting part. We're going to go into the work partition on our Amiga. We're going to find Lightwave, and we're going to go to Modeler. And in here, we're going to go ahead and create, a box. Drag that out, click Enter. There you go. There's our box. Now, if you look over here in this upper right view, why is that blank, Q? Why is that blank? Let's go on Display, Options, Preview Type, Moving Solid. And there you go. Now you can actually see what it is you're making in a 3D, spinny, rotating way. Isn't that great? That's nice. That's so nice. Look at that. Let's give it a surface. We're going to call this Box. Very, very advanced naming here. We're going to go ahead and save this, and we're going to call it, get ready for it, Box. All right, we've got our box. Let's move on and quit Modeler, and let's go to Lightwave. Now in Lightwave, we're going to go to Images. We're going to go Load. We're going to find that image that we created, Blue Circle. There she is. And we're going to load the next one, Blue Circle A, which is right here, Blue Circle A. So now we have our Blue Circle and our Blue Circle A. Now we need to load that object, that amazing box object we created. It's not really a box, it's just a square polygon, really. Don't tell anybody. So there we go. Let's go to the camera view And let's go ahead and change it up a bit here. Just make it a little more exciting. Okay. And right now, let's verify that we're in ham 8 mode. We are. Let's pick something not stupid for the camera. Square pixels. We'll go low resolution. We'll just leave all of this stuff off. Let's press F9. And there you go. We have a nice gray box. Well, that's not terribly exciting. So let's go to the gradient backdrop and turn that on. We'll leave it at its defaults. Now when we press the F9, there we go. We get a nice sky gradient and this beautiful little brown dirtiness. But we still just have a box. All right, so one of the things we want to do is make this box glass. I always recommend when you're making glass to crank the diffuse level way down to like 0. Keep it way down there. You could also alternatively make your colors like super dark, like almost black, like right here. Let's click here and just slide down. There we go. And then go ahead down here and slide this way down. So this is really low. And it's glass, so we're going to go ahead and turn up some specular, make it a little reflective. And now when we hit the F9 button, we can see through it, but it's really dark. Why is that? Well, we're not doing some of the things you need to do for glass when it comes to the rendering. So we're going to turn on ray trace shadows, ray trace reflection, and ray trace refraction. This is going to tell Lightwave, well, basically to do all of the things it needs to do to make glass look as good as it can make it look like glass. One of the other things we need to do to make glass look like glass is to actually make it transparent. Some of you who are actually paying close attention may have noticed that I didn't actually add any transparency, right? So now we're going to go 90%. We're going to give it a common glass refractiveness of 1.6. You can look up these values over on Google. Google is our friend here, but 1.6 does nicely. So with these kind of settings that I've done right here, very basic, you just get a nice basic transparent, shape, all right? But the point of this tutorial is not to tell you how to make a transparent glass type shape. It's how do you put a decal or texture on here. Well, now we're going to go to our box, and where we said transparency 90%, let's just break it all the way back down to 0. So now if we render it again, it's just going to be this reflective black box. But we'll go to T for texture. For the transparency texture, let's do our alpha. So now it's going to say wherever this is white, it's going to be transparent. Ooh, well, wait a minute. We don't want the circle to be transparent. We want the glass around it to be transparent. Click negative. Click use. Now go up to your color texture and do the same exact thing, except this time you're going to pick blue. Automatic sizing. Click use. Press F9. Now you've got your blue circle that looks dark, but then you've got your transparent background. So effectively, you now have your decal on your transparent glass object. Why is this so dark? Well, we need to start investigating other things, like we did set diffuse level to 0. Diffuse controls how much light penetrates or illuminates an object. We have it set to 0, so it's going to be black. So let's go ahead and click T here, and we're going to find that blue circle A. This is going to tell us, once again, wherever it's white, we want 100% diffuse. So we'll click automatic sizing, click yes, click use, press F9 again, and guess what? Look at that, look at that. Now we have our beautiful blue circle with all the glass behind it. But it's the same reflective value as the glass here, which is a little bizarre. So what you can do for reflection, where it says reflectivity 33.5%, we're going to say, no. We want you to use that same texture right here. Everything's 100% reflective, automatic sizing. But now we're going to say negative, so that everything out here in the black will now be 100% reflective, and this will be 0. But we can kind of cheat that by reducing the opacity a little bit. So here we go, press F9. So now there is some reflectivity in the blue circle, but there's a lot more reflectivity in the background. And to better illustrate that, if I was to go here into that reflectivity texture, take it back to 100%. Now in negative, all of the glass will be 100% reflective, and the circle will be 0% reflective. So see, now you have a nice 0% reflective circle. So that's how you control those values. I like to kind of, sort of like soften the balance here doing that. One of the other neat things you can do is go to bump map, pick the circle, auto size it again, and now when you press F9, it's going to make it look, see how this little noise here? Now this is noisy because we're not using any anti-aliasing. Now it's going to start to look more like a 3D relief or sticker laying on top of this glass polygon we've got here. And if we go ahead and turn on some of our lovely anti-aliasing in Lightwave, you're going to see that it's going to clean it up a little bit at the lowest setting. See? And now we start to get this kind of raised bumper embossed look to the whole effect of the decal. And if you want, we'll go up to Object here, click Load, and let's just find something like a Amiga ball. We'll load Amiga ball, and let's go to the top view. Let's take Amiga ball, and let's just move it back behind our little happy glass plane here, and let's go ahead and press F9. So now what you're going to see is Amiga ball being refracted and reflected behind the glass, but because we have our decal sticker blocking that, we now have glass, but no glass where this little blue decal is. So that's pretty much how you do decals on surfaces in Lightwave. It's pretty straightforward. There's obviously you can do things far more advanced than just little blue circles. You can do text or names or logos or whatever you want to scan in. But yeah, that's the fun thing about decals. It's all done through texture mapping the various channels you need to pay attention to. So in this case, it's obviously the biggest one is transparency. That's going to determine what's transparent, what's not, and then the diffuse level and the color. Those maps, those three pretty much determine all the good stuff for doing a decal. And then things like reflectivity and bump, and yeah, luminosity and specular can further take it to more realistic levels. So I hope that helps you understand how to do decal type texturing in Lightwave on the Amiga. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.